you doing? Hope we are doing well. Welcome to today's class. I just hope you are going to learn something. So today we're looking at the challenges lawyers face in the legal profession. Now, our discussion will center on both lawyers working in law firms for people, lawyers working for themselves, those who have their own firm. So the challenges revolves around all lawyers, depending on, irrespective of where you are or where you're working, whether you're working in-house, whether you are working for someone, whether you have your own law firm. So these challenges are generic. It happens to anyone who is a lawyer. So and one, as people grow in the career, in the practice, it doesn't shield the fact that these challenges exist, but rather a lot of people have passed through these challenges. They have overcome these challenges, and they can also help others who are coming up, to pull them through the challenges so that they can also share their experiences, for others to learn. Being a lawyer is a beautiful thing, is a profession a lot of people struggle to come in, is a profession people long to belong to, but at the same time, there are challenges um, you cannot hide. It's predominant, is available, is happening. But the question is, how do I go through these challenges? Should these challenges stop me from becoming who I want to be? Should these challenges deter my desire to become a great lawyer, to become a great advocate, to become a great academician, to become a lawyer per excellence? No. So these challenges, we're going to look at it today. And I just hope that by the time we finish discussing, you begin to, you will provide solutions to these challenges, and we'll look at it holistically to see what can be done, how can one transcend through these challenges to, get to that zenith or get to that level they desire in their practice. So today we're going to look at it. We're not be able to exhaust the challenges are so much. We're not be able to exhaust everything, but the few we're going to touch on, we're going to deal with it decisively. Thank you. So sit back and relax. So the first challenge lawyers face is ability to make adequate income. Yes, ability to make adequate income. Many people feel once you're called to the bar, you've been given the keys to go and make to go and make so much money. You have all it takes, the resources and all of that. But in the real sense of it, it's not like that. A lot of lawyers in the first 10 years of their practice struggle. They struggle financially. It's one thing to be a lawyer, it's another thing to know how to make money with the knowledge you have. It's one thing to have so many clients. It's another thing to to be able to, you know, make money. Yes, as much as you have a lot of clients. A lot of people have what it takes in terms of knowledge. They know what to do, but they don't know how to charge. And it affects the money or the income they make. Two people, where you place them with the same opportunities, one will make so much, while the other will not make as much as the other person, because one knows how to, charge a client to make money and do the job. The other just knows how to do the job, but does not know how to, charge. So issues of income has been a challenge. Many people who work for also firms, we do not have that regulated platform of, in as much as we are getting there, but now we do not have that, wherein you can say, for a young lawyer who just came out from law school, you're supposed to pay a minimum of maybe 150,000 for a start. We don't have yet that. We're still having structures, the modalities, the template, the legislation to guide this, but it's not yet in force, because we have lawyers who do not even earn salaries. They are young lawyers working for law firms in different jurisdictions. They don't earn salaries. What they earn is just appearance fee. I know when this appearance fee comes, it is still divided for the firm, and the lawyer takes a little out of it. That is what they live on. That is why you see a lawyer 5 days a week. The lawyer is in court. Sometimes they do 3 matters a day, 4 matters a day. They're not consigned, even if they're doing the matter, where they are more after the appearance fee. Because the more courts you attend or you appear in, the more appearance fee you get. Some firms will say, okay, depending on the distance you're going, if it's within town, maybe you earn, maybe let's just say, for example, 10,000 naira or less or more, depending on, are you going outside jurisdiction, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, depends. So you see lawyers jostling for case files, not just to do those cases where for some lawyer just to get the appearance fee. So by the time they divide and give maybe half a percentage to the firm and take the remaining at the end of the month, that is what they earn. And you see, some people would still tell you they prefer these appearance fees more than being, paid a salary, because for them, when you are being paid appearance fee, you're being given that privilege of, okay, doing your side hustle, your PP, besides the work you're doing, or besides the work of the firm where you work. Why by in some jurisdictions, you see lawyers are being paid as small as 25,000, 20,000, which you convert it in the dollar rate of today, you know that it is nothing. Now, these are challenges that dash the hope of young lawyers, that dash the hope of even senior lawyers. Yes, you see lawyers who are struggling, from their appearance, from the clothes they wear to their shoes to whatever, that the way they appear, you know that this lawyer is hungry. This lawyer have not seen a lot of resources to be able to look good. So these are things people see, lawyers see, and they feel, is this really the profession? Is this how I'm going to thrive? Is this really how I'm going to work and have a family? Is this how I'm going to buy a car? Is this what I'm going to earn to be who I want to be? Now, compare it to other people who are also lucky. You see a lawyer who is out from law school, or even a lawyer who is 5 years post-call, 10 years post-call, earning so much in big law firms. Now, everybody cannot work in the big law firm. So we're looking at it from the middle ground of a normal lawyer who is out on the streets, who is struggling, who is just working in an average law firm. Many do not pay well. And even many who pay something they call something good, which by the time you compare what you're earning with the inflation rate in terms of even affording your transportation to work, the housing and all that, it is nothing. You see lawyers who are working and do not have access to good medical care. There's no HMO attached to their jobs. You see lawyers, there's nothing like housing allowance, there's nothing like clothing allowance. They just go to work. And you see them earning 50,000, see them earning 100,000. And by the time they deduct their expenses for the month, for someone who is married, and you see that nothing really goes to the family. And you begin to ask yourself, is this what I'm going to be doing? So this is a problem, the issue of being able to have enough finances or resources to grow in the profession. So this is one of the reasons why you see lawyers doing things that they should not do. You see lawyers, going outside the professional ethics to do things that are unheard of just to make money. Cut corners just to make money, because what they are earning legitimately cannot even afford a decent life that they desire. So these are the challenges lawyers face in the profession. As much as we have big law firms, they pay in millions, in thousands, even law firms who pay in foreign currencies, yet it is not what is obtainable. It is not what is obtainable everywhere. This is just 5% of the total number of lawyers. So it's only that 5%, or let me just say 10%, that I have access to good pay. So lack of money, lack of finances is a problem for lawyers. You see, it doesn't matter whether you're a young lawyer, you're an old lawyer. Many old lawyers are struggling. They just barely can't have more than enough. There's a level of having more than enough. There's a level of having an overflow in finances. There's a level of having abundance. So many lawyers are still being able to just have what they need for the day, what they need for the month. They don't have that access to have extra. You go to their firms, they are struggling. They can't even pay their staff. They can't even pay their staff, and it's a problem. So these are realities we face. These are realities that is in the practice. So for people coming into practice or just leaving school, graduating and coming in, they might feel it's all rosy. Sometimes it's not rosy. Sometimes you see people 6 years down the line, it's difficult for them to have enough to take care of themselves. They have to start looking for extra things to do. Sometimes they end up doing, things you think, should a lawyer do this? So another challenge is issue of competition. Yes, competition. There is a lot of competition, even for you who wants to work in the firm. It's not easy. It's not easy. So competition is another challenge. You go for interviews, you see for just one role, 50 people are applying. There are no jobs. Everybody wants to have a good job, but it's not easy to come by. You go because there's a lot of competition. Firms are competing with each other. Lawyers, they are competing with each other. So the competition is high in the legal profession. So for you who is coming into the profession, you must have in mind that firm you want to go and work with, other people also targeting it. So it's not like you just walk in, submit your CV, and they have called you. No. You see, sometimes you end up doing 3 or 4 interviews just for a role because you want to go where they are paying good money or where it's a top law firm. So there is competition. You see, you have a firm as a lawyer. You also compete with another firm because you want, at the end of the day, your rating to be high. There are law firms who have good rating internationally. They have global rating. There are law firms that want to come up to, they call them top tier law firms. They are mid-level law firms. So you see law firms struggling to come up. So there's a lot of competition in the legal profession and for lawyers. So it's a challenge for lawyers to compete. So sometimes you see people, they just like, I just do what I can do. I can't compete because there's a lot of struggle here and there. Another challenge lawyers face is inability to have a uniform billing format or billing strategy or billing structure. You go to this firm, you're being charged 5 million naira for something another person is taking 500,000 for. You go for a job, a client is being charged $1,000 or $5,000, while another person is charging 200,000 for the same job. You now ask yourself, how do we do this? So this is a challenge. The challenge lawyers are facing. Even lawyers themselves, sometimes instead of them to stand on their rights, to even charge well, you see lawyers out of hunger, out of just not being able to know your worth, they charge less. So when a client comes to you and you're insisting on a good fee, they say, oh, that lawyer down there can take 200,000 for this thing you're calling for 2 million. So this is a problem that has been faced in the legal profession. Lawyers not being able to have a uniform structure of billing. So it's a problem. So once this is resolved, this challenge will come to an end. Because in some other profession, they have harmonized their billing structure so that even if you like go to anywhere, the professional is charging the same thing. So it makes clients stay in one place. It makes clients know that, see, even if I want to go to another place, I'm still going to get the same fee. So I rather settle with this person and do this job. But where a lawyer can take lesser fee for the same job, another person is taking a higher fee. So it's a challenge. So there's a challenge with issue of billing. So that makes it difficult for some people to even try. It also makes it difficult for even clients to pay, because they feel if I go down there, I can get it lower or I can get it cheaper than what you're saying. Now, client management is also another challenge lawyers face in the legal profession. Many people are opportune to have clients. Many lawyers are opportune to have big clients, have sizable number of clients. But another problem they have is lack of what management of this client. When you do not manage your clients very well, there's a tendency you're going to lose them. There will be a poor rating in terms of retainership of this client. You see, there's some top law firms, they have a standard. They don't even beg for clients. Once the clients come and you're not living up to standard, or you're not up to what they want, they just drop you. What by some other law firms, it's not equal. What by some other person is even doing things they're not supposed to do just to have that client. So my client management is a problem because many people on one side do not know how to manage clients. And the other side, many people have clients in abundance and they do not even mind losing one or two. But in it all, it's important to know how to manage your clients, because if you don't manage your clients well, there's a tendency that they won't do the referrals. You see, one good client can bring in 10 other clients. So this is a challenge. Many you must learn as a lawyer. You want to thrive, you must learn how to manage your clients very well, because this is the more clients, the more jobs briefs you have, and when you keep losing your clients, it doesn't show or doesn't portend a good mark for you. Sometimes when a client doesn't get the desired services or the way he or she wants it, they go about telling people, "Don't lawyer," or you see, rather than them refer people, rather they talk people out from out from you, in terms of telling them that lawyer will not do it, just after money, or she's just after money. So client management, well, where if it's done well, can boost your practice, but if it's not done well, it's a challenge that can even pull you down. Another thing we have to also understand that has posed a challenge in the legal profession is the firm structure, or the structure of practice. Many a times, many people don't know that it is easier for them to thrive in partnerships. It is easier for them to thrive, individually than working together. So many lawyers tend to not understand their abilities, what they can do, and how well they can do it. Many people function well when they are in a group. Many people function well if they find themselves working with people. Whereby some people function better when they're doing it alone. So you must be able to understand what works for you. You want to start up your own firm, you must understand, should I do a sole proprietorship thing? Should be going to be a partnership thing? Should I team up with people? Should I team up with people? Let me have associates. So these are things you must understand. It's a challenge because many people who work alone, who work better when they work alone, and they start because other people are doing partnership thing. You start working, you want to have partners. You see that at the end of the day, 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, the partnership will not scatter because you're not used to working with people. But if you understand your personality as a lawyer, it helps you to guide you through, how do I structure my firm? How do I go about it? Now you're looking out for people who have like minds like you to work together. So firm or let me just call it practice structure is very important. It can be a challenge, but when you overcome it, you see yourself, going far. Now, another problem or challenge that lawyers face in the legal profession is being able to create being unable, not being able to create a niche, or what I also call diversification. Creating a niche, many people just feel I can do everything. Whereby some other person is saying, if I create a niche in this field and I am known for this, I feel I'm okay. Creating a niche helps you to function better. Whereby some people also believe in diversification, being able to, be diversified in various fields of law, being able to do a lot of things at the same time. Fine, depending on your capacity, depending on your growth, depending on what you want. Either you create a niche or you diversify. You must know what works for you. So as much as you want to be the jack of all trade, are you going to be a master of what? What are you going to do? You want to be a master of none or master of all? So it's something you need to answer. It is a question you need to answer, and you must answer it very well to be able, to know where you're going. If you want to create a niche in one area of law, you must be able to be knowledgeable in that area and be able to, concentrate in that area so that you become an expert in that area. I want to also diversify into different fields. Beautiful. As much as you're diversifying, also ensure you have the knowledge for that diversification. So, but sometimes people don't understand where they should be. They handle everything. They say, "Well, we're growing. Fine, you're growing, but try and have a niche." That's what I believe in, having a niche. I believe in you knowing your field. What are your selling points? What are those areas you think you thrive in? You can do well. Why not concentrate on it? Than doing everything. At the end of the day, you mess it up. Another challenge lawyers experience in the law firm is the inability to network. Many people don't like networking, and you can't thrive so well when you are not networking. When you network with others, it gives you a boost. Yeah, it gives you a boost. So try and network with others. Don't be a solo lawyer. Don't be a lawyer who hides. There are matters you have, and you feel, I can't do this alone. I can't do this alone. You look out for people who are in that area, who can help you. You collaborate with them. It's all about collaboration. Many people, the challenges they face is their lack of collaboration. They want to do everything themselves. They want to do everything themselves. You have a matter, or you have a brief you don't even understand, or it's not your field. Rather than collaborate with people in that field, so that you do a good work. But you want to do everything yourself. You end up messing the matter up, having an unsatisfied client. So choose to collaborate. So this lack of collaboration is a challenge for some lawyers. Team up with other people. You're not an island of knowledge. Team up with other people and grow. Team up with other people and do work together. And that way you learn how to work, you learn new things from them, and you put it to your own and you thrive. So collaboration is key. Don't just everything is not just about you. Learn to collaborate. Learn to collaborate. Another thing too that is a challenge for lawyers in the legal profession is not being able to manage their health. Stress is so much. You see, you hear instances of lawyers slumping in court, slumping in their office, dying, like just young lawyers are dying. The stress is much. Learn to utilize your time, learn to create time for yourself. There's no award for a lawyer who works long hours, the best lawyer who works long hours. What matters is productivity. Many people are productive in the early hours of the day. Many people are productive in the late hours of the day. You must know what works for you. Working 9 hours stretch, you may not be productive. As much as when you work for people, you need to abide by the time and rules of the work of the company or the firm you work with. Fine. But you must also know how to regulate your time. If you work 5 days a week, weekends try and have rest. Now you work for yourself, the day you're starting up is difficult. As much as you're working for yourself, also regulate your timing. You cannot be in court 5 days a week and you do this every month and you still want to look good. You still want your health to be, fine. What works for A might not work for B. So stress is a challenge. Lack of management of stress. Many lawyers don't pay attention to their health. They have failing health. They are having signs and they're just there. I know sometimes when there is too much stress, you see lawyers begin to act. Their temperament changes. There's this mood swing. Their attitude become very harsh. It affects their output, but they might not know. So lack of management of stress can make a lawyer, in terms of say, lawyer will change in terms of emotional outbursts, being able to manage their emotions. Sometimes you see them shouting in court, see them not having good working relationship with colleagues because there is a lot of stress. So create time to ease out stress, manage your health, because you cannot be that lawyer you deserve to be when your health has failed you. Your health is paramount. You must take care of your health. You must create time for yourself. During vacation, let it be vacation. Let clients know when you are in for work and when you are out for work. Take time off. Take your leave when necessary. Your money is not everything. You must have good life to enjoy or to even have a thriving practice. Now, another thing is that there's a challenge is the inability of young lawyers to even work in a place for a long time. This is for people who have law firm, you see them losing lawyers every time. You see every time they're recruiting, not being able to have a lawyer for a long time. Lawyers come in 1 year, they are off. It's because of the nature of the work environment we find ourselves in. Some work environments are so toxic. Some law firms are not doing so well in terms of having good platforms or putting up things that can help lawyers stay for a long time. So you see lawyers jumping from one place to the other in a short time because there are nothing to keep them there. The work environment is so tight, it's so coarse, a lot of stress, nothing to even make the person stay. So this continuous change in terms of recruitment of long law is a problem that affects the growth of a firm. Sometimes you see a firm just trying to see new faces because a lot of people have left. So if it's a firm that have long-term plans, it's too much of changing lawyers can even affect the growth of a firm. Yes, if you look at it critically. Now, for a person who is also who is not does not have a firm, working for yourself, you see, you must be able to stay put. Many lawyers are just moving from one place to the other. They're not concentrated. When you're concentrated in a place, you're able to have vision. You're able to have clear vision of what you want. If you're going to work for a firm, you can tell yourself, I'm going to work here for 5 years or 3 years. After 3 years, I'm done. I should be able to have learned all I want to learn. So you should have a clear vision of where you're going. Stop jumping from one place to the other. It's personally, it does not sometimes when people look at your CV, they'll ask you, why did you worked in 5 places in 2 years? What's the problem? Have a target and pursue your target. If you want to stay somewhere for 2 years or 3 years, keep at it, stay there, and you move. You've learned something and you move on. So the challenges of moving from is a challenge for some people like this, they call it cruise, but it's career wise, it's a challenge because you keep moving from one place. What exactly is your focus? Sometimes when people look at your CV, they can decipher who you are. They can decipher the kind of person you are when they look at your trail of your work history. So, as much as you have the liberty to move from one law firm to the other, but for individual lawyers, have a focus. Don't just keep moving from one place every 2 months. You're switching. It doesn't really speak well of you. Another thing challenges lawyers face in the legal profession, not able to, expand their knowledge. Knowledge is key. You want a lawyer, a thriving lawyer is that lawyer that have good knowledge, that is willing to learn, willing to improve him or herself. Don't be stuck in one place. The last time you developed yourself was the last education you got was where you finish from law school. What other things are you doing? What other certification are you pursuing? What other, improve yourself. You can't just be a lawyer. You're just there. You don't know what the world is moving and you're just there. You move with the tides. Learn new things, move into new areas, know what is happening in diverse areas of law, gain more knowledge, get more training. If you have young lawyers working with you, finance them to get more training so that when you have briefs that are in those new areas, you're qualified, you have all it takes to pursue it. Don't be comfortable with your level of knowledge. Seek more knowledge, grow, because when you grow, everything about you grows too. So seek for more legal education in diverse areas. There are lots of lawyers doing a lot of things in diverse areas. It's a plus for you. It's a plus for you. So don't be lazy to attain or acquire more knowledge. Um, Another thing too is that it's a challenge to most lawyers is I will call it lack of law firm structure, management, or administration. Many people have the knowledge, they have the resources, but don't know how to administer or run a firm. You see, most top law firms having law office managers, practice managers. See, a lawyer cannot do everything. If you're not good in administration, there are people who are good in administration. So you can call them, you can employ them to help you to help you, you know, you know, manage your firm. Law office administration is key. You see, sometimes when you walk into a firm, you will be able to decide if this person a good administrator, how the firm is working, the structure, things are moving, even whether the person is there or not. Your firm should outlive you. It should be a continuum. It should be something, whether you're there or not, the work the office is functioning. So a lawyer mustn't be the administrator. You can employ other people to help you administer your firm. So it's a challenge that many people do not know how to do law office management. Even individually, as a lawyer who wants to start up, law office administration is something you must know. And for an established law firm, one of the challenges is being able to manage your affairs very well. Keep the books, manage the lawyers, manage the practice, client management, and all of that. Very, 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 very key. Very key. Another challenge lawyers face is expansion. Expansion in terms of expansion of their clients, expansion of the office is a challenge many lawyers face in Nigeria. How do I expand my practice? How do I expand my clientele? Is a challenge. So you must know what works for you, what is your field, how do you, expand or increase your clientele, what do you do within the bounds of the rules of professional conduct, what do you do within the bounds of the law to increase your client. How do you increase your client? First of all, client satisfaction is key, even increase. And if your client is satisfied, that client can even refer many people to you. So as much as you want to grow your clients, you must know client satisfaction. When you satisfy your client, there's a possibility they can give you referrals. How do you expand? How do you introduce your firm or your legal services to clients, to other international firms, organizations within the bounds of the law? You must know how to do it right. You must see your business, your law practice as a business. When you have that business mindset, it helps you to just grow. As much as, yes, we are professionals, but you must see your practice as a business, and take it with all temerity, with all sense of fulfillment, or you're passionate about it, and do things that will help you position. You must be seen to be heard. Utilize technology in rendering services. You must know where the world is heading to. You must know where the new areas of law. You must be abreast with your rules. You must be abreast with the law. You must be abreast with what is happening. Where is the law tilting to? So you can't thrive when you are still outdated. You don't know what is happening around you. Just feel lost. You want it to be as it used to be. It can't be as it used to be. There is room for change, and in practice, you are developing by the day. The laws are evolving. The laws are, you must, grow as the law is growing. So I think we'll be able to discuss in a bit some challenges lawyers face in Nigeria, challenges of lawyers, yes, in the legal profession in Nigeria. And I hope you have been able to learn something. Yes, I hope you'll be able to learn something. I want you to drop your comments, drop your questions, share this video so that person needs to see, hear what we have discussed so that person can learn. If you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Share to your friends, your colleagues, your mentees, your mentors. I just hope that at the end of the day, you would nod your head to say, I've learned something. It's about growth. Growth is constant. And just don't just be relaxed. Don't be too relaxed. Strive to grow. Strive, collaborate, network. You know, build build your network. Have good mentors. Yes. Work towards developing yourself. And you see you at the top. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Bye.